Welcome to Around the Kinky Campfire. Grab a seat, pour a drink, and let's turn up the heat. This is the podcast where we explore the wild, wonderful, and sometimes wicked world of kink, BDSM, and alternative lifestyles. Whether you're a seasoned player, a curious newbie, or just here for the stories, we've got something for you. Join us on Thursdays on your favorite podcast platform as we share experiences, dive into deep discussions, and may even spark a little fire of your own. No shame, no judgment, just real talk around the kinky campfire. Let's get lit. Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of Around the Kinky Campfire podcast. This is your host, the exuberant, enigmatic, H. Julius Marquise, or just Julius, or HH, whichever one suits your fancy. I got another episode here, and of course, Happy New Year for the second episode in a row, and we still have our rankings. So we did porn rankings last time, so now, of course, we have to do the kink rankings, and as per the usual, there's no actually definite list of what kink is, but we have video this time, and I forgot to say this last time, but I hopefully put the links in the in the description, so hopefully y'all get to see this. But as per the ending of last year, every now and then we have a video podcast. So I do have video. Hopefully y'all have seen that one. They come out on Friday. So if you didn't see that one, you'll see this one hopefully on Friday. As you listen to the audio the day after, there will be video on the YouTube channel Around the Kinky Campfire YouTube page with the video of what I'm be seeing. So either check the links in the description or watch the video. There you go. All right, so doing a little bit of video editing. And once again, if you look at this in the background, I talked about it, but I didn't mention that there's a video. I still have to mess with my green screen. Good stuff. We do what we can here. So we have our top kinks, and right off the bat, we're going to go off in number one. But before we do that, of course, y'all know what time it is. This is the ASMR 1 minute, 30 second, 5 second. And it's, once again, the Hacienda Tequila, not sponsored. The countdown's going to begin in 3, 2, 1. Yummy. Okay, so that was the ASMR 3 seconds. Okay, so let's jump into this. No more dilly-dallying because I ran out of time last time. Fetish countdown list. Top fetishes. Okay. This is from Mashable, the website. Link in the description once again. They took their list from Clips for Sale. As we know, that's another good site for you to put your porn clips up there or whatever you want on there. Very amateur stuff that you can just put your content on. So similar to OnlyFans, except for clips for sale, and you can buy them. Chastity was number one last year, and it has been dethroned by Gooning. So if y'all don't know what Gooning is, it became very popular, especially during the quarantines, and it's just long-term edging. Not necessarily a physical thing, as they point out in this article, but it is a mental thing as well. I would argue you've been gooning for a long time, edging, because, yeah, A-spec person here, and not always wanting to have the sex, but I do enjoy the sexual energy that goes on, so always in a pre-cum state. Always in a gooning state. But these people take it to a very serious degree. And it's not necessarily like you can't have sex. You're like choosing not to have sex for a long time. They say days. I've heard of it for months as well. Hypnotic state, the goon state. Okay, hypnotic goon state. Okay, so that's what we call tantric. So they just decide to change the name from tantric to gooning. It's great. There's aspects that's not all of what tantric entails, but that is part of it, the gooning. Oh god, they're just gonna mix the two together. But yeah, gooning clips have gone up apparently on Clips for Sale. Oh, I actually don't know of any gooning videos that I've watched. I've just heard about people's experiences with gooning. So is it just an edging video for the whole time? Like you're just watching somebody edge? Mental state? I don't understand how that would be interesting, but because it's like just watch any porn and then you can goon yourself. But yeah, it's been slowly going up since 2023. So towards the end of quarantine, it started going up. Interesting. So because it's been in the zeitgeist of pop culture, the gooning word, and people have just latched onto it, and it's kind of probably that separation from actually having sex and then not watching porn, but just being in a sexual state. Because some people just watch or read books or read articles and eroticas to get turned on. They don't need to watch the actual porn itself or look at it in order to get turned on. So this is interesting that people are just like, ooh, a goon. It's almost like an ego thing. People are proud of goon for a long time. I just saying the word just like, ugh, okay. As an A-spec person, I have to clarify this, that it's like, okay, people aren't having sex. Yay for you. I mean, even when I was an incel back in the day before the incel was a thing, I was just a college student, a nerdy, geeky college student that wasn't getting sex, involuntarily not getting sex. It's like, yeah, sure, we'll call this celibacy. And now they have the gooning thing where people are just turning down sex. It's like, okay. The thing is like the pride behind it. Who gives a fuck? You're not having sex. Good for you. Welcome to my life for the past 20-something years. Yeah, great. And then people are watching the videos now, which takes porn viewing masturbation to another level. Okay, and that's a fetish. That is a fetish for sex and tech-obsessed culture. So basically, you're giving up sex to focus on your video games. Hopefully, you're working on a constructive project or a job or something, or a side hustle while you're not having the sex. Boy, I just don't. Content to feed this large universe. Wow, I guess I gotta figure out what a gooning video actually is at some point. Okay, so Giganticism was on there, which was the 2024 fetish of the year, so that dropped a little bit. So just being squished by a person larger than you, which is very much cinematic and special effect-y. So you would need a video for that. I guess you could describe it auditorily if you wanted to. Okay, yep. Interesting. And then, of course, wrestling. Oh, love me a good wrestling session. And then tickling is separate from wrestling, but I'm a cheater. I will tickle you. If you want to wrestle, you will get tickled. That's just how it is. I don't care if I get called a cheater. Listen, primal, baby. I will tickle the hell out of you. I have no problem cheating. You're welcome. Vor and ball busting. The top 5 for 2025 from Clips for Sale. All good stuff, including the gooning, which is... what the heck? Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. What? Okay. Was the most wrestling, tickling, vor, and ball busting followed it in the top 5 from last year? Okay. Interesting. This is a very strange article. My thing is, why are the vanilla people like, well, once again, A-spec person? I don't get the bragging about the gooning, and then people are just like, oh my God, you're gooning. It's like, fucking, you turn on, you don't fuck. The hell? Mental state of mind. And I'm very much a Jungian believer, so it's like libido is not just sexual energy, it's just energy in general, your like motivation energy. So if I'm not using that energy for sex, hopefully I'm using it to be motivated for something else. Working out, getting meal planning, or working on a project or something like that. So I use that energy for that. It's like masturbate, knock it out, get it out of there, hopefully 10 minutes, and get back to what I'm doing. Usually watching a YouTube video and learning about something, if that, or just vegging out. But it's like, okay, why are we celebrating? Yeah. So if you go on the Reddits, like people have there's gooning Reddits, subreddits. People are just like, oh, I've done it for like 6 months. It's like, so the fuck what? Again, it feels like my high school and my college life. Like I had to do it for like 2 years after the first time I had sex. I think I told that story out here. Yeah, the first time I had sex, it was like a year and something before I had sex again. That wasn't voluntary. Yes, I was in high school after or post puberty, so it was like, yeah, I wanted to have sex, didn't have a choice necessarily. Would have done it had I known the skills or had the opportunity, and I definitely did the next time I had the opportunity. It's like, okay, what the fuck? Now we're gooning. Okay. And I'm like, I feel like a normie talking about this, but I have like looked up the Gooning stuff, and I still done somewhat research on it, but it's just like frustrating. It's like, why are we bragging about this? Okay, next article, and this is gonna be an interesting article because we can still scroll up and down as you can see, but there's this big old thing on here. I don't want to allow ads. I'm not allowing ads. From Metro, which is interesting. So we'll look on here. Gooning once again is still on this thing because it's still going for clips for sale. Okay. Taking an excessively long time to masturbate without finishing looks set to be the hottest sex trend of 2026. Yeah, you're just edging the whole time. Just edging. All you're doing. You're just edging. And these side articles crack me up too every single time. The best time of day to have sex according to your age, whenever it happens. Okay. Prolonged form of masturbation. Sales of explicit video featuring gooning has increased. Okay. So next time I masturbate, I'm going to look up a gooning video. It's just edging the whole time. That's all you're doing is doing it without coming. Oh man, that sounds like a rough video. Okay. Still have to keep clearing the screen. Which is going to be ridiculous. All right. Let's see. Slang. Top 5 in 2025. In UK, it was also our top kink in 2024. Unheard of. So yeah, with that year, it just started up. If you like edging, you might like gooning. Oh, that just seems like such torture. My poor partners. It's like, yeah, we're going to goon today. Yep. It's like, what? What does that mean? Oh, man. Okay. Yeah. So, soft doming is growing in popularity as men say they are tired of steering the ship. I feel you, bros. Yeah, as a switch, that is a issue. All right, back to gooning. Gooning doesn't always have to involve meditation, though. Instead, psychotherapists and clinical psychologists says it's similar to edging. Yeah, it's edging. It's simply like edging, but more intense. Edging is when someone slowly masturbates to the point of orgasm and then stops. In gooning, people are more likely to repeat this process over an extended period of time. So multiple edging. Okay, that makes more sense to me. I can get with that. Edging, but multiple times. Edging is once, gooning is multiple times. Okay, all right. Now it makes sense in my head. It clicking for Julius here. I get it now. Edging is once, gooning is multiple. Okay, we can go with that. Let's see here. We're still not allowing ads. Gooning is meant to put people in a trance-like state. Still, again, tantric. Still tantric. Porn and, of course, all right. Sure. What the fuck? It doesn't make any sense. Okay. Fetish task could be absolutely anything, including that fetish tasks. Okay. Activities. Who the fuck wrote this? Task. Alice. You need to do some actual things instead of just writing articles about it. Let's see. Alex Giddings, Metro's resident sex and relationships reporter. Okay, she's not an expert. Oh, it'd have been crazy if she called it fetish task or what the fuck. You need to know about sex, dating, and everything in between. Sure you do. You do a little bit of research. You don't live the life. You just kind of report on it. Gives me hope, though, campsters, for these kind of things. As a researcher and educator in the kink and the queer and the poly, specifically non-monogamy lifestyles, living it, not just talking about it, people are more likely to repeat this process over an extent. Yeah, okay, what the fuck? Multiple edges. Gooning is meant for people to put in a translate, but that's tantric. Okay. The kids these days changing the words. That's tantric sex. The trance-like state. Euphoric feelings. Okay, so this is like people that took up the whole ayahuasca and like, oh, I've had an experience. Like, yeah, it's psychedelics. That's what they're supposed to do. Yep, tap into the subconscious forcefully. Fetish tasks. Task. This is throwing me off. And then we have more. Okay. Next explains that gooning is an activity often given to submissives by their dominant. What? I was just enforced orgasm control, not okay. It's called orgasm control. All right. What are we doing here? Where on earth comes to having a goon come from? Next clarifies that while edging and gooning have been practiced for a long time, yes, the term gooning has only recently been coined. I had at some point heard the story of where the word gooning came from, or goon. I can't remember now. Some dominants and porn producers started using the term on paid-for porn sites just before the pandemic hit. Okay. The first many used it. Okay, so we're now doing, it's not a ranking list anymore. We're going into research on what gooning is exactly, apparently, by a vanilla person. It's generally used by cis men performing edging. However, more and more women are gooning too. Don't women always? Women have been gooming for centuries. That's why it's like, you didn't know what an orgasm was. How to safely practice edging. Oh, Lord almighty. The most searched for terms in UK. Okay. 2024. Oh, we're going back to 2024. What the heck? This came in 2025. Why are we going back to 2024? Anyways, gooning, femboy, thirst trap, all in UK. So we're going to findom, pegging, vor. Okay. Yep. Consuming people. All right. So yeah, we went into a light debate on what gooning was exactly. All right. Let's go to the next article. Okay. Mashable had this article right here that was in July, and they don't have the one for the end of 2025 yet. So this is halfway through the year, but they do have it broken down by country. So we'll look on here. Once again, Africa and Southern Asia has nothing except for India. Sex fighting. Yes. My Indian people understand. Sex fighting is so good. That is something I've gotten into in 2025, and it is so good. It's just like, you know you're going to lose, and yet you're going to fight anyway because you're going to get fucked. Just the running in the... so good. As you know, my primal self, Julius the Primal Marquise, just loves me a good sex fight / wrestling. And if it ends in pegging and fucking, all even greater. So we have pegging up almost half, 46%. Good stuff. Farting? Okay. Sex fights? Yes. Femdom? Yes. Cock holding? Okay. Chastity? Okay. Ball busting? Aye. Pantyhose? I wonder what it is. It's got to be a sensation thing just with the pantyhose. Like you're right there. It's not quite there, but it's almost there. Belly buttons is still a thing. And then foot worship, obviously, is kind of crazy that it's going up. I thought it would already be up. But belly buttons, still with the belly buttons. And then we have it with country here. Okay, pegging in America has gone up 35%. All right, everybody's being cool with the pegging now. I feel like that's a Tuesday thing. Along with like anal and stuff. Okay. Pegging in the US, pegging in Canada, pegging in Brazil, and then bondage in Argentina went up 115%. I would love to know why. Fascinating. I wonder what it is now at the end of the year. Netherlands, pegging in Great Britain, all the white countries doing pegging stuff. And then farting in France. I know what comes out of my ass, and it's like, whew, the smell. I will have a problem in the rooms. So, in España and India, we have sex fighting. Interesting. Lot of sex fighting. And then Greece, water sports. Wow, female fighting. Is it females doing the fighting, or it's just two females? I mean, like female fighting as like females doing the fighting as they're the ones that are winning, which is great as well. I've watched all that stuff and it is fantastic. Okay. Very interesting indeed. All film clips for sale. I don't know why it's not on why it's not on Pornhub. I couldn't find the Pornhub one, but I guess they don't really do kinks on there. Okay. So let's see. Pegging. No matter what they press in public, men love being dominated women in bed, says press release. Unfortunately, men, I'll profess it. I like being dominated by women. And yeah, all types of people, really, depending on the person. Let's see. Sexist men can have a hard time discussing these desires with their partners. So, it's a big thing now, especially in pop culture, if y'all pay attention to that stuff. Not just the soft doming stuff. I forgot what it's called. It's like... soft men or whatever getting tired of making decisions. There's a whole lot of psychology behind it, but yeah, it's a high thing, especially in the kink world. Still not a whole lot of dominant women out there, and it's like needle in a haystack, but you know, with more education, hopefully that'll become a thing. And then also people will stop the switch hate as a switch. It's like, because I do that with you does not mean I do that with other people, and because I do that with other people does not mean I do that with you. It's definitely a vibe thing. So people need education. Oh, I didn't even see this. Let me check that out. Okay, we'll check that out real quick. 10 finishes that define the last 20 years, according to Adult Site. Hopefully that'll pop up. Okay, cock holding. Yep. Okay, watching your partners. The good old cock holding chair. You ever notice a hotel room? They have the chair, the one chair that faces the bed. That is the cock holding chair. I just learned about that last year too. It's like, why else is that chair there facing the bed? Okay, hold on real quick. Okay, checked it out. This article is from 2024, but in the last 2 decades of online kink, we'll watch this real quick. Let's check in on this thing. Feet, of course. Bondage, of course. Taboo. Porn featuring step family members. Okay, I guess that's the definition of taboo. Ass worship, really great. Not a fan of the BBL still. I like it real. Not a fan of plastic. Superhero wins. Why can't it just be superheroes in general? Okay. Cock holding, of course. Pegging, of course, as we saw. Findom. All right. Jerk off instruction and gigantis. Okay. Nothing super crazy there. It influenced the last 20 years. Okay. Interesting. All right. And I've run out of time. Once again, video, new episodes, audio, Thursdays, video on Fridays on the YouTube channels. Check those out, at least for these two, because these two definitely have video. And I'm back in my dungeon, as you can see. It's kind of blocked by the screen, as you see here. Links in the description for these articles. Yeah. And you can check them out yourself if you have, or if you're in a state that you can still get to Pornhub and clips for sale without doing the verification check. Feel free to hit me up on the socials and the email and let me know for sure if I'm right or not, or just talking out my ass, which I usually am both. What's real and what isn't. So you got to research it yourself. You're welcome. All right. That's all for now. This is Around the Kinky Campfire. I am H. Julius Marquise, or just Julius. And hopefully you're having a good January. I'll see you next time as we talk about Podfest, because it's that time of year. Spoilers. That's it. Hello. That's a wrap for this episode of the Around the Kinky Campfire podcast. We love having you by the fire, and we love to hear from you. Got a kinky question, a steamy story, or a topic you want us to cover? Slide into our DMs and send us a message at Around the Kinky Campfire, campfire with a K, at yahoo.com. Don't forget to subscribe, rate, and review wherever you're listening. Your support helps keep the flames burning and the conversations flowing. Follow us on Twitter, Kinky Campfire, campfire with a K, YouTube, Around the Kinky Campfire, campfire with a K, or Instagram, Campfire Kinksters, campfire with a K. To stay in the loop, join the community and keep the kink alive between episodes on Thursdays. Until next time, stay safe, stay sexy, and keep that fire burning.